Namaskar. Welcome to the next lesson under the chapter number 2, Analysis Methodology. Lesson number 4, the important tables in EPS system. The first table will be EPS table. What is EPS table? Extended Planetary Significations table. In the EPS table, it contains each planet's self-significations and the planets in its supports shown in separate columns. What are the planets in supports? Rasilard, conjoined planet, aspect planet, and indirectly connected planets. They are all shown in different columns. Each planet's self-significations will be shown and their support planet significations also will be shown under each category, under each columns. Similarly, a planet will be in a nakshatra of a planet. So the star lord, so planet signification will be shown and its nakshatra lord, star lord self-signification will be shown and the planet which are there in supports to the star lord also will be shown. And the star lord or the star lord, the same way the self-signification and support planets will be shown. And sublord and star lord or the sublord, those planets self-significations and the planets in their supports along with their self-significations will be shown in the tabular form. So that EPS table is the master table wherein each planet star lord to A level, that is star lord or the star lord, sublord and star lord or the sublord. All these 5 levels will be shown in a tabular form along with their support planets in their support columns by way of conjunction, Rasi Lord, aspect, and indirect connected planets. Everything will be shown along with their self-significations. Let me explain with an example with this software. We have got the software specially made for EPS system that is called EPS Star Soft. In that software, I will show you how each planet self-significations are shown and each planet are shown in the EPS table. This is the home page of the EPS Star Soft Advanced version number 7.716 at the time of recording. You can see I have taken example EPS Marriage 1 and you can see this is the birth chart. It is shown in KP chart or you can say South Indian chart. On the right hand side you can see Bhav Chalit chart of the North Indian. There are options. You can change this Bhav Chalit North Indian chart to South Indian KP chart or Rashi chart of the North Indian or Eastern chart, anything, or Navamsa. You can change according to your wish. Similarly, the main chart, which is shown on the left-hand side here, this also can be changed. Instead of a South Indian chart, you can change to the North Indian Bhav Chalit chart also. So according to your wish, you can change. Now I'm keeping that KP chart on the left-hand side and Bhav Chalit chart on the right-hand side for the benefit of the people who are watching that were all interested in the Bhav Chalit chart of the North Indian. Now, you can see the planetary positions, planets, their Rasi Lord, Star Lord, Sublord, they are all given under this column and all the cuspal positions are shown in this table. Okay. Below that, ruling planets and their transit, at the time of recording is being shown here. Below that, you can see EPS tables. The EPS tables are shown below here. These EPS tables are small tables. They are not the bigger tables. I will show you what is small and what is the bigger one, extended table. Small tables are having only the self-signification of planet. It will not have the support planet significations. You can see all the planets in the sorting order as per the Vimsotri Dasa order has been given for the benefit of the user for the easy analysis and giving predictions, because Ketu, Venus, Sun, in that order only the Dasa Bhuktī Antara will be playing. So it will be easier for the user for the analysis. That way the EPS tables have been given in the Vimsotidasa order from left to right. You can see that Ketu planet is given first. You can let me explain with the Ketu. Okay, so the Ketu, you can see planet. The first column is called planet. The second planet is called planet name. That is planet or star lord of the star lord, sublord or star lord of the sublord. They are given in the first column. That first one is planet. Second one is the star lord in which nakshatra. Then this one is star lord of the star lord, which is given under the gray background because this is a secondary level. And the third one is the sublord. Then fourth one is the star lord of the sublord. It means we can say this is 2A level. Star lord of the star lord is called as 2A level, and sublord and star lord of the sublord. Totally 5 levels. Each planet's self-significations are shown in CL, OCC, CST, and CSL. Ketu self-significations are shown, and Ketu's second planet, Rasi Lord Saturn, is shown below. Within bracket, the Saturn is shown means that is Ketu is the first planet and Saturn is the second planet to the Ketu. The Saturn's significations also shown below that. As we discussed already, in EPS, whenever we take a node, Rasi Lord significations also considered as a supportive level, supportive second planet. And whenever the Rasi Lord of a node is coming, that node also considered as the second planet. For example, in this chart, moon, in the moon sign, Rahu is posted. So Rahu, when comes, Rahu representing moon will be shown as the second planet. When moon we consider, Rahu will be taken as the second planet. Hope you would have understood. Now I will explain this one along with the birth chart, so for your better understanding and the significations. Let me clear this one and I will take you. Okay. Now, let me explain the Ketu planet. You can see Ketu, what it signifies. Ketu is occupying 9th house. Those who are much interested on the Bhavachali chart, they can look at the Bhavachali charts. Ketu is occupying the 9th house. And it is star lord for 4, 8, 12. If you look at the cuspal star lordship, it will be having that 4th cuspal star lord and 8th cuspal star lord and 12th cuspal star lord, sorry. 4, 8, 12 cuspal star and 10th cuspal sublord. 10th cuspal sublord. That has been given here. Ketu represents Saturn. Saturn is 9th lord, 10th lord. Saturn is 9th lord, 10th lord, occupying 5th house. Saturn is posted here in the 5th house. And that Saturn is 3, 7, and 11 cuspal star lord. 3, 7, and 11th cuspal star lord. It is star lord for the 3rd house, 7th cusp, and 11th cusp. And similarly, it is cuspal sublord for 3, 5, 9, and 11. 3, 5, 9, and 11th cuspal sublord. So that way, each planet's self-signification, these are all self-signification, CL, OCC, CST, and CSL. They are shown in the different columns. That Ketu second planet also shown the same way. That Ketu planet in the nakshatra of moon, that moon self-significations are shown like this, 3-1-1-1. It means moon is lord of third house, occupying first house, and star lord for first house, and also sublord for first house. And moon represents Rahu because Rahu is occupying the sign of moon. So that Rahu occupying third house, 2-6 cuspal star lord and 2-6 cuspal sublord as per the cuspal, ownership. And star lord of the star lord Mars is shown as a 2A level. That is star lord of the star lord with the gray background, because 1, 2, 3 planet, star lord, sublord, they are the primary levels, and star lord of the star lord and star lord of the sublord are secondary levels. So they are, to differentiate that, they are shown with a gray background. Now, star lord of the star lord is Mars. How? Moon is in nakshatra of Mars. So moon in the star of Mars. That Mars is 7th lord, 12th lord, occupying 12th house, and cuspal star lord for 10th house. You can see that cuspal star lord for 10th house, but Mars is not sublord for any houses. So that way it has been shown. Similarly, the sublord of the Ketu is again moon like star lord, so that all the houses are shown. Similarly, star lord or the sublord also shown. So that way, keep that Ketu's self-signification, star lord self-signification, star lord of the star lord self-signification, sublord self-signification, and star lord of the sublord self-signification also shown one below the other in the EPS small table. This small table is consisting of the self-signification of the rulers only. They are the rulers. Self-significations of the rulers only shown for all the planets. But in case of the bigger table, EPS table, the bigger table, apart from the self-significations, the Rasi Lord, conjoined planet, aspected by planet, aspecting to planets and houses, and indirectly connected planets also will be shown. I will show you in the EPS extended table. Before that, please note here, the software it is shown, the event is marriage first natal. The software is based on the events. There are a lot of events, as I said, has been already, saved in this software. The user can select the respective event they want to study. Accordingly, that houses signified by the planets will be shown in the colors as discussed. I was explaining in the what do you call in the I was explaining, no, in that house grouping favorable and unfavorable houses. For each event, the favorable will be ABC and unfavorable will be D1, D2, D3. The colors of the houses also will be shown accordingly. I will explain you. If you click that EPS event, you can see this is the EPS page, the complete EPS page, and also you can see on top event. There are many events already inbuilt. So you can choose which event you need. According to the event we have selected, you can see prime A, secondary 2511, supportive 139. They are the favorable. D1, D2, D3 are unfavorable. So 4 and 10, 8 and 12, and 6, D3 for the event of marriage. When the event changes, these houses also will be changed. When these houses are changed, accordingly, the colors of the houses also will be shown, will be different in the EPS table. For example, the houses under the A, they will be shown, the houses will be shown in green color. What is seventh house? Suppose if you look at the seventh house, for example, in this table of Venus, Sun is the star lord of the star lord, It is 7th cuspal sublord. And Mars is 7th lord. So this 7 under the cuspal sublord is having green color, and this also having green color. So 7 is shown under the favorable green color. That B grade secondary is shown in blue color. 2, 5, 11 are shown with the blue color. And 1, 3, 9 are shown with the, say for example, we can say it is a purple color. They are all favorable. But all these D1, D2, D3 will be shown under the red color. But 4 and 10, since they are all very less unfavorable, this will be shown with very light red. You can see this is very light red. 8 and 12 are dark red. 6 will be dark red. So that way it has to be, studied. So we can, based on the favorable and unfavorable houses, the colors, the software also will be showing in the EPS table. I hope you would have understood. Now let me explain you about the EPS table, especially the support planets in the main page along with the birth chart so that you can easily understand. Now let me explain you that planet Ketu. This Ketu has got self-signification. Now we have to, I will show you the EPS complete table where the support planets also shown. This is the EPS table of the Ketu. Ketu small table we saw. This is the EPS complete table of the Ketu. You can see that self-significations as we discussed. These are the self-signification of the rulers, Ketu, Moon, Mars, all these things. You can see the planets conjunction, aspected by, aspecting, and Rasi Lord and Rasi Lord for and second planet in supports. I will tell you about all these things. Ketu is, if conjoined with any planet, that planet will be shown here. And aspected by any planet, since Ketu is not conjoined with any planet, no planet is shown under the conjunction. But Ketu is aspected by Jupiter. Jupiter is aspecting to Ketu by 5th aspect. Jupiter is aspecting to Ketu by 5th aspect. You can see Jupiter and aspecting to Ketu by 5th aspect. Now that Jupiter's significations are shown within bracket. A planet, when it is considered in EPS, that self-signification of that planet will be taken into consideration, whether it is a Rasi Lord or conjunction or aspect or ruler. But self-signification has got 4 elements, right? CL, OCC, CST, and CSL. To make it easier, that self-signification of each planet are shown within bracket in 3 elements. For example, you can see 8, 11, and 5. And after that, there is 1 slash. Then after that, 1 hyphen and 1 slash and some houses. 8, 11, and 5. These houses before that slash is indicating cuspal lordship and occupying house. That is CL and OCC of the Jupiter shown first, because Jupiter in this chart is 8th lord and 11th lord occupying 5th house and slash. Then next comes the CST. That Jupiter is not cuspal star lord for any house. Jupiter is not star lord for any house. So CST is hyphen dash. If any house is there, that will be shown. But it is not having any house. Then after that, 1 slash. It is indicating the cuspal sublord. This is cuspal sublord. This is cuspal star lord. This is cuspal lord and occupying house. 8 and 12 cuspal sublord. Jupiter is 8 and 12 cuspal sublord. You can see 8 and 12 cuspal sublord is Jupiter. So Jupiter's self-significations are shown within bracket. I hope you would have understood. Then Ketu is not having any aspect as per EPS, and Ketu in the sign of Saturn. Obviously, Ketu second planet Saturn is shown here, but default that Rasi Lord column, that Ketu second planet, that is Rasi Lord, is shown here, Saturn. You can see Saturn is having 9th Lord, 10th Lord occupying 5th house / 3, 7, 11 cuspal star Lord and 3, 5, 9, 11 cuspal sublord. They are all self-signification of Saturn are also shown within bracket. And Ketu is Rasi Lord for any planet. So in Rahu Ketu will not be a Rasi Lord for any planet because they don't own any house. And second planet, it means that I will explain for for the Ketu. Suppose in the conjunction aspecting to a Rasi Lord or Rasi Lord for any node planet is coming, that node planet, second planet will be shown here. I will tell you, for example, you take Mars. Mars is conjoined with the Sun and Moon. Mars is conjoined with the Sun and Moon in the Taurus sign. If you look at the that Bhavachali chart, that Mars will be in the 12th house and Sun and Moon will be in the first house. But as per the conjunction rule, as per EPS, Sun, Moon, Mars are posted in the same sign Taurus, so they are considered as conjoined. Okay, so Mars is conjoined with Sun and Moon. Their self-significations are shown and aspected by Jupiter by 9th aspect, and Mars is aspecting to 4, 8, 7 cusps. Mars is aspecting to some signs. In that signs, which are the cusps are falling, they are being considered as Mars is aspecting to these houses. And Mars is posted in the sign of Taurus ruled by Venus. Rasi Lord of the Mars is Venus. So in this case, Mars is not Rasi Lord for any planet, Rasi Lord, because in the Mars sign Aries and Scorpio, there is no planet posted. Now you can see Rahu is given under the second planet column. Why? Rahu represents what? Moon. Because Rahu occupying the sign of Moon. Since Mars is conjoined with the Moon, Moon represents Rahu, that influence also will be there on Mars. So that Rahu's name is given here under the second planet. So that the planet which are all associated with one planet, even node planet. Moon is a node planet because Moon is representing Rahu. So that is a node planet. When Moon is coming, automatically Rahu will come here. Suppose Rahu alone is coming here, and in any of the planets, conjunction or aspect, all this thing, Rahu alone is coming. If Moon is not there, Moon name will be shown into the second planet. I hope you would have understood. So that way, each planet, self-significations and support planet conjunction aspected by aspecting to Rasi Lord for our second planet in the support columns are all shown along with their self-significations. Ketu and Star Lord Moon representing Rahu, and Star Lord of the Star Lord Mars, and Sublord Moon again, and Star Lord of the Sublord Mars. So that way all the planets significations are shown one below the other, and also all the planet in supports also shown here. This is the EPS table, extended planetary significations table of all planets. I hope you would have understood. I hope you would have understood the EPS table and structure and the components in it. We have to study this EPS table for the complete signification for a planet, for an event. left to right, that is planet has to be studied and star lord has to be studied, star lord of the star lord has to be studied, and then sublord has to be studied, and star lord of the sublord has to be studied. How it has to be studied, in what way easily we can study, those things and all we'll be discussing in the separate lesson, method of analysis. Now just I have explained about the EPS tables and their components. In the next lesson, I will be explaining you about that another important table called house grouping table. House grouping table is nothing but the EPS tables, but the houses are shown in a different manner for the benefit of the user, favorable houses separately and unfavorable houses separately. I will explain you with an example in the software itself. I will show you the comparative study between the EPS table and the house grouping table, how it is being shown. Along with that, it has got some advantage in house grouping table that also we will be discussing in the next lesson. Okay, thank you.